Now these are the priests and Levites who came up with Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and with Jeshua, Sariah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Moloch, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rehum, Meremoth, Iddo, Ginnathoi, Abijah, Mijamin, Mardiah, Bilgah, Shemaiah, Joiarib, Jedaiah, Sallu, Amok, Hilkiah, and Jedaiah. These were the heads of the priests and their kinsmen in the days of Jeshua. The Levites were Jeshua, Binu, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, who was in charge of the songs of thanksgiving and praise, he and his brothers. Also Bakbukiah and Uni, their brothers, stood opposite them in their divisions of service. Now Jeshua became the father of Joachim, Joachim of Eliashib, Eliashib of Joiada, and Joiada became the father of Jonathan, and Jonathan of Jaddua. And in the days of Joachim, the priests, the heads of fathers' households were of Sariah, Meriah, of Jeremiah, Hananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, Jehohanan, of Molochi, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Harim, Adnah, of Meriath, Helkai, of Iddo, Zechariah, of Jonathan, Meshullam, of Abijah, Zichri, of Minimin, and of Modiah, Piltai, of Bilgah, Shammua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, of Joiarib, Matnai, of Jedaiah, Uzi, of Salai, Calais, of Amok, Eber, of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, of Jedaiah, Nethanel. As for the Levites, in the days of Eliashib, Joiada, Johanan, and Jaddua, the heads of fathers' households were registered. So were the priests during the reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, heads of fathers' households, were recorded in the book of the Chronicles until the days of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. The heads of the Levites were Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua, the son of Kadmiel, and their brothers opposite them, to praise and to give thanks, as commanded by David the man of God, one division singing, in response to the men in the opposite division. Mattaniah, Bakbukiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, and Akub were gatekeepers, keeping watch at the storehouses of the gates. These men served in the days of Joachim, the son of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and in the days of Nehemiah the governor, and Ezra the priest and scribe. Now at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought out the Levites from all their places in order to bring them to Jerusalem to celebrate the dedication with gladness, with hymns of thanksgiving, and with songs, to the accompaniment of cymbals, harps, and lyres. So the sons of the singers gathered together from the district around Jerusalem, and from the villages of the Netophathites, from Beth Gilgal, and from the fields of Geber and Asmaveth, for the singers had built villages for themselves around Jerusalem. The priests and the Levites purified themselves. They also purified the people, the gates, and the wall. Then I had the leaders of Judah come up on the wall, and I appointed 2 large thanksgiving choirs. The first one proceeding to the right on top of the wall, toward the refuse gate. Hoshea and half of the leaders of Judah followed them, with Azariah, Ezra, Meshullam, Judah, Benjamin, Shemaiah, and Jeremiah, and some of the priests' sons with trumpets, and Zechariah, the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, the son of Zachar, the son of Asaph, and his brothers Shemaiah, Azarel, Milalai, Gilalai, Mai, Nethanel, Judah, and Hanani, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God. And Ezra the scribe went in front of them. At the fountain gate, they went directly up the steps of the city of David, by the stairway of the wall, above David's house, to the water gate on the east. The second choir went to the left. I followed with half of the people on the wall, above the tower of the furnaces, to the broad wall, and above the gate of Ephraim, and by the old gate, by the fish gate, by the tower of Hananel, and the tower of the 100, as far as the sheep gate, and they stopped at the gate of the guard. Then the 2 choirs stood in the house of God. So did I, and half of the officials with me, and the priests, Eliakim, Marcia, Minamim, Micaiah, Eliane, Zechariah, and Hananiah, with trumpets, and Marcia, Shemaiah, Elizar, Uzi, Jehohanan, Malchijah, Elam, and Ezer. And the singers sang, with Jezrehiah as their leader. Also on that day they offered great sacrifices, and rejoiced, because God had given them great joy. The women and children also rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard from far away. On that day, men were appointed over the chambers, for the stores, the contributions, the first fruits, and the tithes, to gather into them from the fields of the cities the portions required by the law for the priests and the Levites. For Judah rejoiced over the priests and Levites who served, and they performed the worship of their God and the service of purification. So did the singers and gatekeepers, as David and his son Solomon had commanded. For in the days of David and Asaph, in ancient times, there were leaders of singers, songs of praise, and hymns of thanksgiving to God. So in the days of Zerubbabel, and later of Nehemiah, all Israel would give the daily portions for the singers and the gatekeepers, and they set apart the consecrated portion for the Levites, and the Levites set apart the consecrated portion for the sons of Aaron, the priests.